Over here to Liquid, got to move with a little bit of pace, but as you say, stalled out because of these smokes. It's looking a little bit ropey, but this is where you might see this massive utility just descend on the battlefield.
I mean, they're just getting kills through smokes now. Team Liquid routed, and they lose the spikes. They have to go back and recover that. That means they must force their way into the A site. No more time to rotate on through from this one.
Cover going out.
Stalled out a little bit too long. Paranoia coming all the way through. But you can just see the crossfires that are sat here ready and waiting. There's a bit of a scrap inside the smoke, but it's Sayf left alone against 4 with 5 seconds on the clock. Pistol comfortably going the way of KC.
Sayf's got to die. Okay, good. I was about to say there, you don't want to get capped on your money.
Anything under the sun onto KC.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think Newzera just got the concuss coming back in, so there's some options now to try and fight on through with this one, but no paranoia, no flashes to go with.
Here we go as well. Good concuss coming out as well. Something really collected onto too many of those. They're still coming in for the plant. Just found the one as he was going in for the plant, but at range, it's Nivera to find the kill onto Redgar. Now a 4v4 in the post plant. Heaven under control of KC, but not for much longer. 2 quick kills, make it 3 for Team Liquid. Once again, it's 1 man left standing on KC, and Team Liquid in firm control.
Was XMS there the whole... How did he get down in hell with 3 players on site? That was absolutely nuts. Doesn't end up mattering. Nats gets the kill. Lotus too. Just having that teleport, even though it's not as reliable to escape from the initial fight, being able to reposition is very powerful.
Oh, Sayf just walked straight into it as well. Nivera finding the dream man to find. Still had a lot of his utility online. Jamppi finding out XMS though, down to that 4 versus 4.
Still a tripwire to burst on through. Actually, I'm looking at Shin now, repositioning over towards Tree. Nats has tried to replay for tree control late in these rounds in the post plant, but there's going to be 2 players with a pretty nice swing. They can play that 1-2 and punish him if he goes forward.
Just posting up super close here as well. We've had a lot of fun.
He knows.
With the shorty yesterday. He knows they're going to but changes at the last second and loses his life for it. Classic Valorant timing moment. Scream finds 2 though. Soulcas 2 to find for himself, but feels plenty doable, assuming they didn't know where he is, but they do! And Soulcas wins both. An easy flick from head to head. Got the right idea, didn't quite have gun in hand at the time.
Rolling Thunder.
But here comes that Rolling Thunder. It just envelops the entire site. Every single member of Liquid scatters out to the high winds, and for now, at least he's looking for a way back into things.
Huge stall though, Sayf. Does use knives. I think you got to entry with those. Sees Newzera in backside, Scream in a fantastic position, but the flood comes in. They're pinched and they fall. 2 players now on the flank from Karmine Corp though. Still soulcas playing back towards spawn. They might not even need him. Jamppi's there for 3 on the round. Some off angles now. Oh, I love how Sayf is trying to play outside of the smoke in mid, but a great prowler forces him back.
And here he is as well. A little bit messy there between Redgar and Nivera, but it's Redgar coming out on top, finds one back onto the other side. Sayf expecting a while to his right, but simply not the right place to be. It really has become a battleground here in mid, but yet no one really looking too dominant just yet, 3v3.
I mean, the A site should belong to Karmine Corp. They just have to get the spike out of here. Sayf's continuing to peek out through the smoke in mid, and now the walk up from Shin is absolutely massive. You can see Nats is maybe worried about that lurk, but Sayf not quite so much. A huge kill to go down. And now Nats, unless he can find something, this round is over.
Bailed off on the plant as well. But it's all going to come to some work here as well. For one coming up as well from main, unless Nat's can win it out here in a 1v2, and he gets 2 as well. Down goes the spike. Can he make it a 3 to clutch out the pistol? Of course he can.
You see those ideas coming on through. Now we do see the split hit from Karmine. It has to be a split hit to give them the highest chance of coming away with this. But the problem is there's going to be a paranoia. Redgar's position on switch, the second they see some people, he can hurl this paranoia when he hears the footsteps coming in, and then Nats and him can both swing off it. It's brutal. Or they just stall with it. A little disappointing.
They've kind of got themselves held up here, KC, at least a smidge, but they've still got that numbers advantage they're looking for. A slight miss as well. Will he find more than one? No, he will not. Gets one immediately responded to by the other side. And now it's all down to soulcas on back of sight as well with some help from above. Here's Angel on top. Nats bringing one down too. The last couple to march through here. Looks like they've managed to turn it around as well. These 2 against 4. Done all they need to.
Jamppi with shock darts coming on in clutch. Knows exactly where the player's trying to plant that one, and coming on down. The Odin bullets between the legs. Holding down tab, making sure you're prepared for the ults the other team has.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, also,
not like this.
You want to press tab to see if Sayf's on the other team, because then you just dodge.
That's just FF at that point. Yeah. It's game over, done and dusted. Even the ult comes online in case he feels that he really needs it to rub salt in the wounds. Newzera finds Nats at the very least to give his team a small breath of hope, but Sayf stands firm. 3 kills for himself. Nivera, the only one left standing. This feels like a liquid map through and through.
Don't worry, guys, I got this. Nope, I don't got this. Jamppi got it.
Comfortable victory for Liquid.
Yeah, big chillin'. Big chillin' right there. Newzera here, all the way down in sewers. If they wanted to run up into heaven, but they're really all over the place right now. I think it's going to be a sort of a B pump into an A take quickly. After Scream maybe finds a kill. He really needs a kill to cause a rotation over, and then they can capitalize into A, but he can't quite find a fight, so they're going to be forced into making this play into A regardless, and TL are kind of leading it. soulcas has already moved over.
Yeah. I mean, Newzera's got to make the commit here at some point.
But the bird gives them the information, so it's a great timing for KC to pop on that. Just a 1-for-1. There's 2 players already rotated for TL.
Straight away they go. This is it, the immediate flooding towards A. Sure, 2 have rotated over to make it a 4 versus 3 on site. It's Nats finding one for himself. soulcas into a second before Newzera finds the trade, but it's an easy closeout in round 1 for TL.
Set aggressive plays with Team Liquid's composition, though.
Why destroyed?
Not having a breach, really only the paranoia and the sky flashes to set you up. So can't imagine that this is anything more than a little bit of a throwaway. Talk about the breach. How good is it for re-clearing the space here? Although I don't think any of the util connected. This has given KC big issues now.
Through the flash as well.
They lost Spike. They have control of B site, but not B main and not the Spike.
Yeah, Spike was still coming in through spawn. They had 3 coming in through heaven, and really that was the gameplay. That was the plan, to pull it all together. And at this point, it looked to be such a good round for KC.
It will be a bit of a pinch. These players on site are vulnerable. Opportunities to trade these out very effectively.
Nice. I was going to say, Nats saw all of them flee and leave ropes as well, so they know that this has come in.
Jamppi has the Seekers now. He can use to try and clear away these close angles. With only 4 players alive, that's super reliable information.
A little bit of ability being used, but it's Sayf who dashes it off towards the one side. He has just had Scream's number all game long. 1 left standing. Sayf finds one for himself and cannot get the next.
NASA. NA South A? North A, South A?
Never heard it in my life.
The ultimates are coming in!
But will they get anything done with him as well? Out comes the rocket, and sure enough, down goes Redgar.
The shorty gaming now too from Sayf. He can't find anything. Yes, ult after ult after ult. Throw them all out, win the round, and Jamppi is still giving TL a chance.
Still in the 3 versus 3. It feels like all things still equal.
Look where Shin is playing though. He was trying to hide inside the Astro Wall, but the neural theft from Nats is going to spot him out, force him back into CT. Now TL aware of that. Jamppi's playing forward.
Too far forward and no way. Jamppi's on for a second.
We can hit 1/10 of what Sideshow has.
We're trying to make this work again on the A hit. It's just not going to work because you're running straight into the op. Time and time again, they've just been absolutely butchered. Out comes the ult from Shin once more. Finding nothing for it. I say that as he finds one. Sayf finds his second. Gonna find a third. No, Jamppi steals it away. He's like, hang on a minute. This is my map to shine. 20 kills he now currently sits at. Make it 21.
I think there's a certain point with a lot of things in life where you just sort of like, you have to wash your hands of it, just accept it for what it is, watch it all play out. This is just going to be the absolute meat grinder. Another full A hit. And they can't get through. It's just the Sheriffs.
They've been stuck on pistols, yeah.
Karmine Corp didn't even make it to the Cypher trips. It's a full A exec.
That's how painful it's been at the very least.
It's the knife, it's the knife.
Players
in heaven. Now the reposition to screens, 1 on site. There's no way Karmine are getting in here. The concuss doesn't even hit all of screens.
And they're still ready. A 1-for-1 to get things off at the very least, but they're safe. It gets a collat as well, I think, onto Shin. And XMS at the same time makes it a third. What can we even say? Do we need a halftime at this point? I'm not so convinced.
Hold.
No. No.
Nope. If they commit onto the ground here, TL lose. If they split into heaven, they can win.
But there's 3. 3 of them are on B. They're nowhere near the action.
Wait, he jumped
that
over
first
the trip.
half, we saw a bit of a read. It was great. Sure, there's 1 coming in, but they're forcing their way up towards heaven here as well, looking to cut off the rotates from B.
There's a world where they try to split back into B, and I think that's what Karmine Corp are reading. You see 3 players now actually pushing back forward into heaven. Spike hasn't committed just yet, and actually the combined utility slightly delayed. Or just dodged from. Redgar hadn't fully committed in there.
But they baited a bunch in towards B as well, so with all that now going down, they've hard forced back over towards A, but they've got to go deep. They've got to find these 2 players. They found 1, they found 2. Nivera's going pretty big here, but can't get the next. Into just 1 left on site. soulcas to give us a 13-0. It's not going to be the case. Here after a pistol round that's going to change the outcome too much.
I'm literally watching Nivera put the headphones back in his head right now. What is going on? He's in spawn. He didn't buy. He forgot to buy with 3,500 credits because he took his headphones off.
There's a lot of belief in the team here, I think, to get this one over the line.
I'm about to have my sideshow splattered egg moment.
Entertaining, if nothing else. 4 and 4. Redgar with at least a gun in hand. Have you recovered? Are you okay?
Slightly. If Karmine Corp win, then I can recover. And then it's just Giga Chad 5-head, didn't need to buy. Now we're rich for the next round, but something tells me it's not going to be that. Nivera still doesn't have a gun, man.
Oh, no.
He still doesn't have a gun.
That's has a side.
Freaking Phantom.
Newzera to clutch. No, into the water. Running over. And here we go. Surely with that flash coming in, they know exactly what's coming in at this point. But two have managed to get past XMS. Do they even know he's at the back here? Surely they do. They've put him out with the dog as well. And Cuss comes through. Everything raining down on him. And now they're all stacked up 3 towards the single spot.
Concussed XMS on site. He just killed his teammate with the fault line.
I didn't even clock it. Carry on, Endo. All yours.
I don't think I will.
It's been a game, is the best way I can describe it. But with one less standing and a total finish out. A 13-2, Trevor called it on the desk. And that's the way that it's ended out. Maybe 2 rounds too many, some would argue, but